All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in.
Hey.
I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
Marvin,
Marvin, how old are you?
30 years old.
30. Okay, and what do you do?
So I'm in the Air Force. I am an image consultant, and I also do personal training.
Okay, all right. You're a busy man. And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I mean, similar things. Like I like a woman that is also in shape, that likes to value that. Has a good head on her shoulders. I know it's kind of vague, but you know, I feel like I kind of sense that vibe rather than like put into words.
Okay, all right. Okay, and what do you like to do for fun?
I mean, aside from working out, I like going outdoors. I like hiking. I like traveling, shopping, because I'm an image consultant. So, I mean, that's just something that I do most of the time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Marvin, as we see here, there are no balloons popped.
I just noticed that. I forgot the premise of the show for a second.
Yeah. So now what's going to happen is I'm actually going to switch it on over to you. If I can have your toothpick. Thank you. I'm going to have you hold that. So for the first round, I know it's going to be a little bit tough, but we're just going to have you pop 2 balloons strictly based off of looks. So you can go ahead and pop those 2, and then I'll go ahead and ask you, you know, off of their look, what made you pop?
It's the hardest part.
Ain't that hard. I know a few people in the line that I would definitely pop their balloon. Like right off rip. Matter of fact, there's probably 3 in the line that I'm gonna pop their balloon. But go ahead, let's see who we gonna pick.
My apologies.
Okay, and one more.
Do this.
Okay, let's start right here. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Sincere. I'm 27.
Okay, and let me have you stand right
Oh,
here.
my bad.
There you go. You're good. And Marvin, why did you end up popping her balloon?
I guess, I mean, if I'm being shallow, it was the outfit. That's really all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
We match though.
We do match.
We could go out like now. That's okay, Marvin.
Okay, and now why did you leave your balloon unpopped for Marvin?
He's in the Air Force. He likes to travel. I was going to ask him if he had his passport and where he has been, but that's okay.
Passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our next one over here. If we can have your name and age.
Angel, 23.
Okay. And now, Marvin, why did we end up popping Angel's balloon?
I don't know, just not my type, honestly. Yeah.
And in what way? What makes her not your type?
I guess, yeah, just didn't catch my attention, but I don't mean that in like any kind of crazy way. Just didn't catch my attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now, Angel, why did you leave your balloon unpopped for Marvin?
Because I'm in the Air Force too.
Really?
So I was, yeah.
Oh man.
Mm.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it.
Small world out here, man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So we do have a few ladies still left. Did you have a question to go ahead and help you narrow it down?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Do you guys have children?
Okay. So are you holding up the number of children you have? Okay.
2
Now,
children?
is that a deal breaker for you?
It is.
It is? Okay.
So sad. So sad.
All right. Let's just go ahead and go over to some.
Dude has such a chill vibe. I'm surprised that they haven't popped their balloon on chill. I've seen women pop their balloon like, you know what? Your vibe is, I don't understand, like your vibe is like you don't care and you nonchalant and stuff like that. Like that's some of the things I've seen on some of these shows, but dude, like real chill, laid back, you know, not necessarily, I'm gonna say soft spoken, but you know, he kind of, I wouldn't know how to put it, but they're not popping their balloons on him. Like, this is really interesting. It must be his height. I'm really thinking that it probably is height, but let's see. Now, these women got kids, so let's find out why they kept their balloons unpopped.
With those ladies, if we can have your name and age.
My name is Sierra Karas, but I go by Sakari. I'm 30 years old.
Okay.
And Sakari, why did you leave your balloon unpopped for Marvin?
He seems pretty well-rounded, so I just gave it a shot.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Now, the one thing I want to mention is that the ones that get kids has, I'm not going to say high expectations, but they have expectations. And I'm not going to be the one to say this, but this is something, but I will say it, that you got 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and they're young, or you just got kids, period. Maybe you should kind of adjust your expectations a bit. Just kind of adjust them a little bit. And not so much where you're like giving up or you're changing it so much where it's like almost diminishing, but just change it. Just change it enough to where it's not a square, but maybe an octagon or a pentagon, something like that. You know, a hexagon, not a pentagon, a hexagon, something like that. You know, give more people a chance. Is all I'm saying. Give more people a chance. You know, be more open to other possibilities and not narrow down your search to a select few because that's what you still want because you feel like you deserve it. I'm not saying you lost your worth, but even $1 in another state, even $1 in another country is worth more, but in other countries is worth less. So put it in that perspective. Sometimes you're worth less than what your original value was. If that makes sense.
All right. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm 29.
Okay. And Ashley, why did you have your balloon unpop for Marvin?
Well, definitely very polished. He said he was an image consultant. He likes to shop. I model. It just kind of fit that way. But also intellectually, I feel like he has a good head on his shoulders, and that's something I'm kind of focusing on. But I ended up popping because deal breaker was kids, and I do have children. So
Fair enough. You're beautiful, though.
thank you.
Thank you. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Leah. I'm 28 years old.
All right. And Leah, why did you leave your balloon unpopped?
He's very handsome. I love his teeth. I'm a teeth person.
Yeah.
He has nice lips as well. He's very fit. He's giving my type.
Yeah. All right. And now, is she your type? I know you said the kids are the deal breaker, though, but.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, girl. And then right down over here. Okay. If we can have your name and age.
Yes, Alexis. I'm 29.
All right. And Alexis, why did you leave your balloon unpopped?
Because he's a good-looking gentleman. He seems like he has his head on it, his shoulders, and yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And now, Marvin, is she your type as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the dress.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. All right. So we do still have 2 balloons unpopped.
Yeah.
Did you have another question that you wanted to ask the ladies to help us narrow it down?
Do you smoke?
Okay. Let's go over here. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Heaven. I'm 25.
Okay. And Heaven, his question was, do you smoke?
No.
Okay, cool. Cool.
All right. Huh? And then let's go down over here. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Alexis. I'm 29.
All right. And Alexis, to answer his question, do you smoke?
No. Have I before? Yes, but do I know?
Okay.
Cool. Cool with me.
All right. Ladies, do you guys have a question for him? All right.
So, like, what's a few, like, your most important characteristics that you look for in a woman?
You know, so I can see some of the adjustments they made from, and I know I'm doing comparisons between when I started watching and this episode 7, but I can see that they kind of smoothed out some of the comparisons like later on. And that's pretty good. Like you can see kind of like where some mishaps were happening and that and everything. So that's kind of good to see this kind of in its infancy of how it used to be versus how it is now. When I kind of stepped in and started watching,
I would say level-headed. So you know how to have a conversation. You don't jump to conclusions. You're able to actually have, like if we have disagreements, we can actually go over those disagreements and not just be at each other's throat. I think that's a big thing. I'm a very big communication person. So I would say that's number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. That was perfect.
Okay.
I mean, communication is key, but I would say like communication and comprehension though, because a person can communicate with you and not understand you. So you have to be able to understand and communicate. But,
See?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go down over here. We'll be back for.
I want to say something about that. So she said that communication is key, or communication and comprehension. That's only part of it. Because if you communicate well and you can comprehend well, that's cool. But you can communicate it well and the person doesn't comprehend very well. But that also could be because you don't know how to communicate on different levels. And this is what I mean. You can say or explain the same thing to a person 3 different ways, and they may not comprehend it. And that's on them, because you explain 3 different ways. But if you're trying to hammer home the same point over and over and over again, using the same type of language, the same direction, the same method of communication, and it's not getting through to the other person, it may not be their comprehension, but it may be the way you communicate. So sometimes you have to say the same thing, but you have to say it a different way in order for a person to understand. I've learned that when you're doing a speech, you don't use a lot of big words for your audience to understand, because you may be talking to an audience, although some of them may be smart, some of them may have a high school education, some may have a college education, and some people may still be at a grade level education of comprehension, and they may have graduated college. You have to tailor your conversation to speak to damn near all of those levels. So in some cases you could be talking to somebody that's very high level and have a decent conversation because that's what you want. But then if you're talking to somebody that got grade level education, you got to be able to recognize that. So communication and comprehension, yes, I will definitely say that, but I'm not going to give her kudos for that, because if you can't communicate on those different levels, then your communication is probably average at best, or subpar. Even though comprehension in there, anybody can, not anybody, but there are those that can comprehend the conversation, but it doesn't come without questions for clarity, because you may not be communicating that with your feelings or what your intentions are that well. So, I mean, good question, with a response and everything, but I think it's just a little bit deeper than that.
For you, girl. Okay, Heaven, did you have a question for Marvin?
What's your relationship with God?
I do not have a relationship with God. I would say that, because I mean, you're Christian, I'm assuming,
Yes.
or you are Christian? Okay, yeah, I'm not Christian, but I do explore different religions, but I'm not attached to one. If that's what you're, yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, I took your toothpick, didn't I? Okay, and now why did we end up popping?
That's very important to me. That's up there.
Fair enough. I respect it.
Okay.
That's one thing that I would say about religion. Religion is one of the things that will separate people, because he is not religious or tied to a religion. He explored different religions. And I understand where he's coming from, because I've been in that same position as well, where I explored different religions to kind of figure out where I wanted to go and where I wanted to be, and the knowledge that's out there. So I understand that Christianity is really important to her, and honestly, that's just how Christians are. Like, they just don't explore anything outside of what they know, which makes me believe that they're closed-minded. But that's just my opinion. Not to get it, I don't want to get attacked in the comments. I mean, I really don't care if y'all attack me in the comments. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I just have my own perspective on Christians based on my experience. So, but he saved himself time. Let's see what the other girl do.
Let's go down over here. All right, Alexis. I heard you say a little something when he said he doesn't have a relationship with God. Is that something that's a problem for you?
It's very important, because like he's the one who leads the way. But I will say though, like, I can't make you believe in God. Like, that has to, like, you have to find him on your own. But like, having the conversations, eventually if it happens, it'll probably work. If not, I can't like force you to have a relationship. That's between you and God. But it's important.
Okay. Is it a deal breaker for you?
Oh, Jesus.
Here's my thing. You didn't even have to say all of that. You really could have just popped your balloon. But I'm not gonna get too deep into that.
only just because.
Hey, you gotta stick to your roots, all right?
Baby, yeah.
Yeah.
You almost made it.
That's all good.
So you said you
That's all good.
explore. What does that mean?
So like this month, for instance, so right now Ramadan's being celebrated.
Okay.
And so that's something that I've been looking into because I do like the idea of fasting from different things that just aren't good for you, you know? So I don't necessarily have an attachment to any religion. If it has something that I guess that I vibe with, then I'll do it.
Okay.
You know, but
So you're not like against it, if you will.
I will say with Christianity, so I grew up Christian and I went to a Catholic school, but it was really rough for me. So I think it's kind of like a childhood kind of thing. So that's why I'm not really gravitating towards Christianity, because as a kid, it was just rough, you know.
Well, you know what? Me popping a balloon, that probably was my fault because I probably should have engaged more.
Sorry.
Because my father's side, like majority is Muslim.
Okay.
And they're going through Ramadan right now. I've actually like studied.
Had she just stopped and asked the question, she would have been better off. But she was so quick to judge that she probably, and she even said, she like, no, you know what? She took accountability. I'm going to give her that. She took accountability for her popping the balloon too early without asking questions. I give her that. I will give her that. She came with accountability. I got that. I'm with it. But has she thought about that before she popped her balloon? Instead of just assuming or believing, she probably thought he was atheist. That's probably the first thing that came into her mind, was that he's atheist. Until he said Ramadan, and she said that, well, half of my father's family is Muslim. So, am I missing it? Because she literally could have gave him a chance. But since he said some Muslim stuff, now all of a sudden she interested. Let's see if she get her balloon back.
And I have a Quran as well. But
You could have taught me.
you know, to touch a little razzle dazzle, but you know, it's not over. But I just want to, you know, make sure that like you have to understand that he is the way and the only way. That's it. But you know, it's not.
I didn't mean to do that. I mean to do that. She said something that triggered me, and I and I hit the wrong button. My bad. Hold on, let me get it back.
But I just want to, you know, make sure that like you have to understand that he is the way and the only way.
I disagree. That is a personal opinion that you have. So this is why I got triggered. This is a personal opinion that you have based on your religion. Every religion doesn't operate in that same fashion. Majority of them do, but not all of them. I'm not going to get into this today with Christianity. I'm not going to get into this. We just need to get past this round and leave Christianity behind. Hopefully we ain't got to revisit it again in the future.
That's it.
Okay. So with him being open-minded to that, is that still something that's a deal breaker for you?
I think we can have an open conversation.
Are we getting that balloon back?
We can give him a little bit.
Let me give you that. Let me bring you up here. Let's come up here. I'll have you stand right here. All right. So Marvin says she is open-minded to it. Did you all have any final questions for one another before we determine if this is a yes?
I think I'm willing to, you know, get to know him a little bit.
Okay. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
I would say he earned a yes.
Okay. Yes for you for her?
Yeah.
We got a match! All right. I'll take this mic and you guys can go on.
One thing I'll say is that in the later episodes, I don't see many women kind of like cheering for the girl to get a match as much. And I could be, and I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong about this, because I've looked, and I'm like, dang, they just be like, they just kind of do like they be stale. I don't know. Maybe it's a different generation of women between when they first started and where they at now.